Hello guys, this is Revolution, and on this video we are going to be talking about the dragon god Zalama. Now, to my surprise, when I did a theory concerning Zalama, the creator of the Super Dragon Balls, a lot of people asked, who is Zalama? In all fairness, Zalama himself wasn't spoken about often in Dragon Ball Super. However, everybody knows who that giant motherfucking golden dragon was, Super Shenron, and given the remarkable feat by Super Shenron granting 17's wish to wish back the universes that were erased by Zeno, stated by Whis to be the most eminent being in all existence. However, the fact that Zeno can literally erase existence in the blink of an eye, yet Super Shenron has the power to bring that existence back. And guys, remember, erase means gone. It doesn't mean dead, it literally means gone, erased. You don't exist anymore. In Dragon Ball, usually when you die, you become an astral being, you go to heaven or to hell, or in Goku's case to North Kai's planet. However, if you have been erased, resting in peace does not apply to you because you don't exist anymore. It speaks volumes about how powerful Super Shenron is, and I want you to answer this question, guys. Do you think Super Shenron has the power to erase Zeno himself? Let me know your thoughts on this heated topic in the comment section. I'm definitely going to be reading your comments about this because I've got a video coming up about it shortly. So ever since the conclusion of Dragon Ball Super, given Super Shenron's remarkable feat, a lot of people have been asking me to cover Super Shenron's power. I have done a video on Super Shenron before, but that was before that magnificent feat in the conclusion of Dragon Ball Super. But to truly grasp everything about Super Shenron, you must understand his origins. And one thing must be said about Super Shenron: despite his magnificent power, he has to be summoned. He doesn't appear to be a being that can use his powers on his own free will. However, his creator probably can. So yes, that multiversal nigh omniscient being Super Shenron was created, and he was created by the dragon god Zalama. As mentioned earlier, we didn't exactly find out a lot about Zalama. He was never physically introduced into the Dragon Ball Super series, only spoken of, and the bulk of that information came in episode 31 of Dragon Ball Super when Bulma and Jacko, the Galactic Patrolman, went to visit Zeno, another nigh omniscient being who you later see visited by Zamasu as well in the Future Trunks saga. However, Bulma went inquiring about the Super Dragon Balls, and some really interesting information was revealed and could potentially give a nod to what kind of verse the Dragon Ball world is, and possibly pointing to the fact that there is or was a divine civilization at some point. So upon Bulma asking Zeno to reveal everything about the Super Dragon Balls, Zeno reveals that the Super Dragon Balls, also known as Wish Orbs, were created by the dragon god Zalama in the 41st year of the divine calendar. So that statement is on your screen right now, and two interesting things revealed there are Zalama is the dragon god. You will see later that Super Shenron is referred to dragons of the god, meaning that they are not the same being. The second reveal there was that he created the Super Dragon Balls in the 41st year of the divine calendar, which once again doesn't fit in with the calendar that the Grand Priest uses later when revealing the date of the Tournament of Power. In episode 78, he proclaims that the Tournament of Power will be held on the 3 billionth, 135 millionth, 500,000th and 603rd day of the King's calendar. So as you can see, there are two separate calendars there, the divine calendar and the King's calendar. The King's calendar is likely referring to the Omni King's calendar, as after all he is the most eminent being in the universe. However, the divine calendar seems to be referring to a different age. These calendars were never really expanded upon, and who knows which one truly came first. However, we do know that Beerus, who is hundreds of millions of years old, had never heard of the Super Dragon Balls until Champa told him. Anyway, just hold on to that information for now. Let's continue with what Zeno continued to reveal to Bulma in episode 31. The Super Dragon Balls measure 37,196 kilometers in diameter. Guys, that is 3 times the size of our Earth. They are 7 perfect spheres spread throughout Universe 6 and Universe 7. So like I said, Beerus had never heard of the Super Dragon Balls. They were revealed to him by Champa, his twin brother, in episode 28. They were in his universe. He's 200 million years old at a minimum. Considering the universe is a lot older than that, it does make you wonder who the god of destruction was before Beerus. Anyway, what Zeno continues to reveal becomes even more interesting when he reveals that these red starfish marks, viewed from any angle, look like starfish due to an original Zalama refraction utilizing structure for which in the 42nd year of the divine calendar he obtained a patent. So Zalama was an inventor who obtained a patent in an age where there were other divine beings in order to not have his Super Dragon Balls copyrighted. To gain a patent is to gain the sole rights to exclude others from making, using or selling an invention, which means there were other divine beings out there who could potentially steal his idea for these Super Dragon Balls. Who these beings were, who knows, but we know they're divine beings. We know that they must be as strong as Zalama, otherwise if they did steal his work, Zalama could just kill them off. But what it definitely does is points to a divine society, something that we haven't heard anything else of in Dragon Ball Super, but it definitely has potential. Did this divine society exist in the multiverse, or did it become before the multiverse? Was it part of the Zeno realm that we saw in episode 55? In episode 78, we see brief images of Zeno's realm and the backdrop, the great expanse, what seems like other universes or galaxies in the backdrop to Zeno's house. Could these divine beings be of that dimension? There is definitely still a lot to be revealed about Zalama, but one thing we do know is it was never revealed he was dead, so you have to assume that he's still alive. Add to that the fact that the Super Dragon Balls are still working, and as we know, if the person who pours their energy into the regular Dragon Balls on Earth or even the Dragon Balls on Namek, if that guy dies, then those Dragon Balls stop working until another being pours their energy or magic into those Dragon Balls. However, like I said, we've never physically seen any images or character designs for Zalama. We'll see a lot of fan art on the internet depicting Zalama as a Namekian, which I think is a concept we would all love to see, a Namekian god or something of that sort, and hopefully grant a power hack to Piccolo. And that brings me on to the regular Dragon Balls, the Dragon Balls on Earth and the ones on Namek. The ones on Namek are bigger than the ones on Earth, but both sets of Dragon Balls on Earth and Namek have far more limitations than the Super Dragon Balls grant any wish. For example, in episode 29, Beerus asks Shenron of Earth where the Super Dragon Balls, and he cannot provide the details of the location of the Super Dragon Balls because the universe is too expansive, and Beerus then says, well, that's the limitations of Earth's Dragon Balls. The Super Dragon Balls have no limitations, stated by Champa, Vados, Whis, the Grand Priest, and even Zeno himself. However, Earth's and the Namekian Dragon Balls were revealed to be fragments off of the Super Dragon Balls in episode 28 by Champa. Now, way back in Dragon Ball, Roshi did reveal a legend, and who knows how accurate this legend is, that the Super Dragon Balls all used to be part of one singular larger Dragon Ball. Now, Roshi did actually say this is a myth, it's a legend. However, it does support the fact that we found out later in Dragon Ball Super that they were all part of the Super Dragon Balls. So whilst people often say that the Elder Goro created the Namekian Dragon Balls and Kami created the Earth Dragon Balls and Dende recreated the Earth Dragon Balls, creation is probably a misleading word, kind of like Mastered Ultra Instinct was in Dragon Ball Super, because what they technically do is use their powers to modify those Dragon Balls, use the fragments of those original Super Dragon Balls and pour their power into them, allowing wishes to be made that are relative to their power. Obviously, Namekians seem to have an affinity with these Dragon Balls, and the reason for that hasn't been revealed yet, who knows. But I think if Zalama was truly a Namekian or a Namekian god, I think that would be a really cool concept, and it certainly would connect some dots. But the point of that is that Zalama really is truly the creator of the Super Dragon Balls, and obviously with the Namekian and Earthling Dragon Balls being fragments of the Super Dragon Balls, Zalama is still the creator of those Dragon Balls. And who knows, maybe the next saga of a hypothetical new series, maybe Zalama coming back to sue Elder Goro and Kami for copyright. I know, Elder Goro is dead and Kami is now part of Piccolo, but he created the Super Dragon Balls, they can grant any wish. So it's at least safe to say, at a low ball, that Zalama's powers are at least relative to Super Shenron's, and he doesn't have to be summoned, he can use his powers at his own free will. It just might be that Zalama is more powerful than Zeno himself. Hopefully we find out in any hypothetical new future series, or maybe even the upcoming Dragon Ball movie. But there you go, that's Zalama explained. He's an inventor, he's the Dragon God, he is an ancient divine being that created the Super Dragon Balls. Like I said, I will have a more updated power scaling video on Super Shenron after his feats at the conclusion of Dragon Ball Super, so stay peeled for that. Also keep your eyes peeled, tomorrow I will be releasing the Grand Priest versus Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. It will be the third part in the trilogy after we've seen Ultra Instinct Goku take on Thanos. We've even seen Whis take on Thanos. I've been getting really positive feedback about those videos. If you haven't seen them yet, check them out because tomorrow the Grand Priest is coming for Thanos. I've also just returned from Dallas, Texas from KameyaCon. Guys, it was an amazing event. Get yourself down there next year if you didn't go to this event. Truly, you are missing out and it would be great to meet you. And guys, please do come follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you answer that question about Zeno and Super Shenron that I asked earlier. Hit that like button, lend the Daishenken your energy. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Until next time, Ad Astra.